Objection! Hello, everypony. I'm MasterCode, your ace analyst, and today we wrap up the IDW Set Your Sail series with issues number 4 and number 5. Previously, Izzy and Pip were helping spread the Trench Pony's message to clear their name of all the supposed misdeeds against the Sparkling Sea Kingdom. Meanwhile, Zip and Princess Anemone confronted Queen Calla about her using the Ersatz enchantment to hide all the imperfections of the realm. The Queen in turn used said enchantment to create the final missing anchor, which caused a massive earthquake that shook the very foundation of Equestria, leading to the rest of our heroes to dive in and help resolve the issue. Issue number 4 starts off immediately after the earthquake with Maris the Crow trapped under the rubble and the galloping ghost ship derelict on a cliff.
The whole ship is underwater, Captain.
We're marooned then.
The rest of the main 6 finally arrive to assist the Trench Ponies, and I do like this sequence for 2 reasons. One, the little moment of Pip getting emotional that her sister came down to save her, once again showing the strength of their sisterly bond, was pretty adorable. 2, and this demonstrates how well the core story is being written, is that throughout this arc, while Sunny, Izzy, Misty, and Hitch are there, the comics know that they aren't the main focus of the story, but are still there to assist when necessary to show their support. This is really a Zip and Pip storyline that really, for the first time in all of G5, allows them to express their royal and diplomatic abilities on a much grander scale, with them dealing with new kingdoms and seeing how they handle situations that arise, along with the consequences of mishandling such alliances. In the Make Your Mark series, Zip was always the straight-to-the-point mayor and wanting to get to the bottom of things to discover the truth and seek a solution. Here we see her take her role even more seriously, with her standing up to the Queen, potentially starting an international incident, but knows when to call out a liar and uses her skills to discover the core issue and resolve it for the betterment of others. Pip is typically the one who is the more carefree sister of the two, but knows how to organize a group of ponies or creatures, with her taking charge to clear the Trench Pony's name, and does acknowledge the gravity of the situation her and all of Equestria are currently in. In this arc, she is seen as both a well-understanding diplomat, but is willing to assert herself to stand up for those in need, risking her name and livelihood to save these Trench Ponies, and is pretty much some of the best development for Pip, along with expanding upon that future ruler storyline for Zip that, at the moment of this video, is the closest we'll ever see to it going forward. Anyway, during the rescue of Maris, the Trench Pony realizes that the chest of the ship's most cherished possessions is destroyed, along with many of its contents. However, the group makes an astonishing discovery. It's the final anchor, the Shadow Pearl.
What?
So if I had an issue with this comic, it's this. So apparently the Trench Ponies possess the Shadow Pearl the whole time, and the only explanation we get for its sudden appearance is that it was somehow built into the chest specifically around the lock area. Though in issue number 3, when we see the chest, it looks like just a regular old chest with no distinct round pearl-shaped object on either side or around the lock. I would have bought it more if there was some kind of secret compartment, maybe. I still would have been against it, as why wouldn't they ever fully investigate such a thing? But at least it would have made slightly more sense of why it's been hidden. But this just baffles me. I guess it's implied in issue number 3 that when the shadows overcame the seas and the Trench Ponies escaped the initial catastrophic event with the help of their parents, whom they lost forever, I guess the parents stored the pearl on the chest? But still, it's not made very clear. Maris also claims that they were but gillies when the event happened, so again, I guess you could say they were too young to understand the whole situation. But yet, if that was still the case, why wouldn't the parents or whoever put the pearl inside the chest leave clues or even just a straight up message that says, hey, there's a magical anchor on this thing, guard it well? But this moment just feels like it comes out of nowhere. If they wanted to set this up properly, the arc already established that there was a log included with the chest, and maybe you could have had it contain a series of clues about a powerful artifact in another lockbox inside the chest, and have the log mention its importance and that it should be protected, hinting that it's the pearl inside. Otherwise, as is, it feels like something that was just suddenly introduced. And this ties into the next revelation that once Maris takes hold of the pearl, it's revealed that she is actually the Queen of the Trench Ponies.
What the fuck just happened?
Okay, this one, while not set up perfectly, does actually make a little more sense, but still kind of clumsy. Again, this is relying solely on the conversation about the trench ponies not remembering who their parents were due to their young age when the cataclysmic event happened. I guess you could say it was technically set up by the fact that there are 7 anchors, 7 kingdoms, and therefore 7 rulers, even for the trench ponies. Meaning, at least Maris's parents were royalty. And there was that one line that Creeping Jenny said about how they need a ruler to lead them home, but still, this whole thing was pretty vague. So yeah, there are some clunky plot elements near the end of the arc, but at the same time, it really hasn't deterred my enjoyment either, because I'm still liking the story. As long as I'm having fun, I can overlook problems. You hear that, Make Your Mark? Fun. Anyway, the story reaches its climax as Queen Calla Lily attempts to use all the Anchor's power to finally take control of the seas, but it backfires and swallows her sister in this weird green portal thingy.
Well, suddenly I have a refreshing mint flavor.
Calla Lily goes to rescue her and does make amends with her sister, and does come off as a legit emotional moment, especially with the boop. Boops are the ultimate form of love. Anyway, the two are ultimately saved by the trench ponies, more specifically the newly Queen Maris, which works rather well for the plot, with the rival saving the other rival. Another minor nitpick, but before Calla Lily is skewered on coral, she's quote-unquote saved by these 3 random sea creatures, only to realize they're going to probably eat her, and then Maris just comes in and saves her. It felt completely unnecessary as it doesn't add anything, and you could have just had Maris save her from being killed by the coral in the first place. Anyway, the story ends with the Undersea Sisters destroying the crown and returning the anchors to their original owners, the slow rebuilding of the kingdoms begin, and even Pip organizes a concert to commemorate the whole journey. So that was the Set Your Sail comics, and I gotta say, overall, this arc was actually good. There are some clunky elements in the earlier and latter half of the series, like with the Pearl and Sun Maris Queen storyline, plus there's something that remained unclear as I was reading this arc. That being the original catastrophe, the original shadow that overcame the various undersea kingdoms. By the end, we discover it was neither the trench ponies or Queen Calla Lily's realm that was responsible for it, so what was this original shadow that originated the conflict between the two worlds? Did I miss something? Were the trench ponies evil in the past and then they became good? Or was that whole thing about the shadow just the result of propaganda told by those in the past? Either way, again, it wasn't made very clear. But despite that, I love the great morality between the kingdoms, both sides seeing each other as heroes in the story despite their dubious intentions, and there was some nice character development for Pip and Zip among others, and the artwork is quite good as well. So on the whole, I would definitely recommend this series. Thank you so much for watching, and be sure to like and subscribe. Well, that's it for today, guys. Until next time, MC out!